All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome to November 2023's monthly update vlog. My name is John, and every month I like to make a little update on what's happening on the channel, upcoming games, and everything. So hopefully you guys had a wonderful Halloween. We're going into November, and as you guys know, quarter four is usually the big months of the year because a lot of games are coming out, like the big name AAA titles, and a lot of interesting games and stuff we wanted to talk about. So I usually do check the store regularly and like the Xbox, PlayStation, Steam store and everything. So I do plan on playing a few things throughout the month, and some of them I plan on with friends, and you'll find that when that happens. But if you guys want to leave recommendations for various games you want me to check out, on my Discord, I have a channel for that, and you guys can leave your recommendations as well as check the playlist tab on my channel. And I have over 350 different games over the like 10, 12 years I've been doing YouTube. So you guys can check that out. And maybe if you're wanting to check something else out besides BDO, ESO is another thing that we do that's about as big as the Black Desert content we do, because in 2014, we started playing The Elder Scrolls Online, and this was all before BDO came out on NA and EU. So there's a lot to say. It's always something that's going to be a special part on the channel whenever The Elder Scrolls comes out, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, stuff that's happening on the channel. Black Desert Online, everything is going to go up as usual. I think in November, we're all just kind of waiting for the new grind spots, the new items, the Ator shoes. It's kind of like endgame stuff, but apparently they're going to be doing a lot of balance changes and some just overall quality of life in Black Desert, whether you're a new player or an endgame player. And so, yeah, we'll be talking about that when that happens. I already have a lot of stuff and like guide videos and everything going on. But one thing in Black Desert I wanted to talk about is, if you haven't caught it already, I started a new seasonal adventure. We're basically playing a Dark Knight. Why? Because I figured if people are watching seasonal stuff, whether you're a new player or you're someone who just wants to learn how to play Dark Knight in general, I figured I would do this in a way to help players get into the game. And if you want to try something new, I try to do my best to explain in detail like which skills are good, how do you play Dark Knight. And so I wanted to experience the game from like a new player's perspective, more or less. And so I go over a lot of stuff, and we do it on the seasonal. So I think it's pretty awesome. I'll leave a link in the description if you haven't caught it already. But if you're into like the guides and how-tos, those videos are still going to be going up as usual. So nothing is really changing, just like the main stuff, and then the seasonal adventure, and then the other stuff coming up that I'll talk about in a second. So in BDO, I think in November, we're going to have a lot of updates, whether it's good or bad. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, videos still going up as usual. I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys are awesome. And yeah, nothing's really changing with that. So in other news that we talked about earlier, the Elder Scrolls Online. Recently, they had a mini update. It's called the Endless Archive, which is it's basically new content in the game. So I have a series on the channel that I do with one of my friends. It's called the Can We Duo series. So basically, we do dungeons and on veteran difficulty, which is the hard difficulty, more or less. And so they added a thing that other games already have, is basically like endless dungeons or like waves of bosses. Not really a new concept, but it's new in ESO. So I figured that would fit in on the channel with the usual stuff. And I'll leave a link in the description to Can We Duo series so you can more or less see what to expect. And I'll be doing it with the same person. So if you're interested in checking out stuff that's outside of Black Desert, that might be a good thing to watch as well. So it's more or less like traditional MMO stuff, and I think that's pretty awesome. So I thought about adding that onto the channel as a more regular thing, not like every day, but like maybe a weekly or every other 2 week series. We'll see how that goes in general. And yeah, hopefully you guys are going to check that out. It's if you ever, you know how in BDO Black Desert is not a traditional MMO. ESO is more or less a traditional MMO. Get to max level, do end game stuff, get gear. It's kind of like that. But yeah, as we talked about, Elder Scrolls has always been a big thing on the channel. So whenever new content comes out, we always play it. So whether you like it or not, it's okay if you don't watch it. It's not a big deal. Black Desert stuff will be on the channel as usual. And yeah, that's about all the new stuff I wanted to talk about, or at least I remember. And if I don't, I'll just post an update on my Discords, and then you guys can check that out as well. So it's not like you're missing anything. And before we head out, I just wanted to shout out my social media and everything, just in case you guys want to follow me elsewhere or just keep up to date with everything. So you know how when YouTubers tell you to hit the bell button, I'll be honest with you, I have never done that, and I supposedly it just gives you like a notification of when like new videos are going live. If you don't do that for my channel, it doesn't really bother me. Like I don't use it myself. So I always try to make sure that people can see my videos, whether it's in your sub feed or not. And so like my YouTube videos will be posted on my Discord, sometimes Twitter and everything. But before we go over anything, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. My videos will never be like locked behind a paywall like some other people. However, for all of you who have joined the membership thing on the channel, it's basically like, you know how if you sub to someone on Twitch, we have that as well. And what I can offer you guys is, one, on Twitch, it's $5 a month for a sub. For me, it's less than that, because one lucky thing is we can actually set the price, and I set mine a lot lower than that. So basically, you get the same things that you would get if you were to sub to my Twitch. And you get the same emotes. You get the special badge and everything, the monthly badge. And one thing I can offer as well is videos like this. You can watch it a few days in advance before it goes to the public. So like the first of every month, we make this video, and members, you can see it a few days in advance. And of course, it'll be ad free. So I know YouTube has been trying to push the whole like ad blocker thing, and no ad blocker thing, I mean. And I always just wanted to say that it never really bothered me whether you used it or not. I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support. Just watching my videos in general has always been a nice thing. And taking time out of your day to do that, I do truly appreciate it. And anyone who goes above and beyond to support the channel, like with the membership or just even a follow or subscribe, you guys are awesome. And so I've always wanted to do something to help like make your sub worth it. So of course, you know how they have like subs, emotes, badges, and Discord. I'll try to integrate it so like you get your whole roles and everything. And yeah, of course, I try to do weekly member videos, which are just more or less like extras that wouldn't make it into the normal video. And so those are like special videos. And so yeah, early videos like this, you could watch them a few days in advance, ad free, all that good stuff. And membership videos will always be ad free. So yeah, Twitter, if you want to follow me and keep up with both real life stuff and gaming news, that's a pretty awesome place. Discord as well. I'm usually on Discord regularly, so if you have a question, just join the Discord. I do have a tab in my Discord or channel where you can just watch all of my videos, and as well as keep up with announcements and or various guides that I've made. It's all just organized in one spot, so you don't even have to talk to anyone if you don't want to. You just have to like search up a guide that I've done and just watch it from there. It's easy, it's pretty organized, and I try to keep everything up to date. Yeah, and if you have any questions or just want to keep in touch, YouTube comments, Discord, all that good stuff. And all the other socials will just be in the description as well. Every now and then, I plan on streaming on Twitch as well, but lately I've just been sick, and if you could probably tell by my voice not being normal, so hopefully my recovery just doesn't take too long and I'll be back to normal as usual. And yeah, so follow me on Twitch as well. And yeah, you can see everything just as usual. So with that said, just wanted to tell you guys what's up and what's happening on the channel. Once again, thank you guys for all the support. Truly do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Peace.